This year, blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow, you they go.
This year, good news, giant plenty balling. Go they follow, you they go.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to another episode of Nene's Notions. My name is Nene, and welcome back to my, well, it's kind of like ours and mine, our show, my show, where we all come together, where I open you guys up to different topics, different devotionals, different things that will help us grow within each other and can keep us open minded on a lot of different things to be willing to help us grow and evolve. So, without further ado, let's get into my notion for today. All right, y'all. So my topic for today is I won't let you beat me because I am unbeatable. And the subtopic to that is don't let your situation make you. What I mean by that is, and not letting your situation make you, you know how so many people go through different trials and tribulations, ups and downs, this way, that way, all the other things that go into it, and it can pile on everybody's life as a whole, and it's draining for a person. It's like a weight that's like on them that they feel like that they can't break out of or break free of, and they think that they can't be more than the circumstance. They can't get out of that. They can't feel like that they can grow and evolve, and they're going to keep in this continuous cycle and this continuous mindset of like, why am I going through this? I can't get out of this. This situation is continuous, trial after tribulation. But there's so many people that have so many testimonies, even myself, that have so many testimonies of overcoming, evolving, getting out of that, breaking free from that situation. But there's so many people that have let certain situations, and you give all the glory to God for the overcoming, the becoming more than a conqueror, saying, hey, I am unbeatable, I beat this. But there are some people that do stay within that circle, in that cycle, and think that they can't get out of it, and they let their situations define their future. And honestly, for me, you shouldn't let your past define your future, because every trial and tribulation everyone goes through, because we all go through it. To me, myself, going through it, even me as continuously growing in my adulthood and as a college kid, everyone's going to go through trials and tribulations, ups and downs, but it's all on the willingness of how you be willing to navigate it, how God is taking you through that situation. What are you learning? What are you developing? What are you growing? Not letting the situation, yes, everyone gets stressed, overwhelmed, a situation can take over them, but it's all on the willingness of how you not let certain situations, certain things beat you. Even though that one situation must have took a lot out of you, but yet you're still standing. God has blessed you with still continuing to stand, and yet you're still standing in the midst of everything that you've gone through. You're yet still standing, because certain things and certain aspects of a situation can drain you, can take a lot out of you, but you're still standing in the midst of all of it. But there's some people that's just like, but I just don't feel that. I just don't feel that way. I don't feel that way of I've gotten out of this. I still feel like there's more to come. And yes, honestly, to keep it real, there are more trials and tribulations to come. There are more ups and downs to come. But at the end of the day, you're yet still standing. Continue to go forward in the plans that God has for you. God has blessed you with being an overcomer, more than a conqueror out of that situation. So why do you continuously let that situation beat you? Because you are unbeatable. I say this all the time. I won't let certain situations define me. I won't let them, because at the end of the day, all different situations and everything like that I go through are just learning lessons for me. God is trying to teach me a lesson through how my reaction and how I'm going to react to certain things. And just certain things that I just go through, me personally, it's just like just certain situations where I'm just like, God, I don't know what to do. What's going on? Because one situation that I would say for me that tested me, but also, taught me, how God was trying to navigate me and move me through this thing. Cause there was a time, like, me as a college kid, there are times where work and everything was piling on me, and everything was piling on at once. Like, and there was a time when I was at, rehearsal for one of my past shows that I just finished out, Antigone. There was one time during rehearsal where, like, I was on, there was just like work after work piling on me from class after class. Like, I had certain things that I had to finish, and there were certain things that I couldn't get done. I was at Antigone rehearsal, when they didn't need me, I was working. But there was just like, once I finished one, it was just like over and over again. And I was just like, I know, me as a college kid, I'm going to have this, all these weights that are coming on me at one time. But still, in the same sense, I was just like, okay, I need a minute to just be at peace for 2 seconds, because I just need, this form of, hey, I just need to be alone and separate. So I went to, the side of the theater, and, I was just, thinking, I was praying, and I was crying a little bit, and I was just like, God, I trust you. God, I trust you. God, I trust you. I'm not going to let this beat me up. I even, like, there was even sometimes, like, towards the end of rehearsal, I wasn't myself. And, our director, shout out to Lamar, our director, he said, anytime when you need to speak to me about if you're feeling a certain way, or if you're, you are being challenged a certain type of way, or if you're having something emotional going on, feel free to talk to me. So I talked to him on the side, and I said, I apologize. I confided in him. I cried. I had shed a little tears a little bit, and I just said, it's a lot at once. And he was like, I understand. He was like, thank you for telling me. It's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna go forward. It's gonna be okay. And I love getting encouragement from other people to help me to be willing to navigate. Always I keep God first, and God is always with me and comforting me and guiding me through each step, and I give all the glory to God for that. And God has helped me grow in it, and other God and my family, my whole entire village, have helped me grow in my confidence, to saying, I'm not going to let this one situation stop me from being the person that God made me to be, or the things that are destined for my life, what God has destined me to be. Because at the end of the day, all these situations that come at you at once, and like I said, it's like a weight that's piled on you, but also it's how you navigate it. It's how you trust God throughout all of it. And it's how you be willing to stand back up as that overcomer that I know everyone can be, the overcomer that I have become, and the overcomer that all of you can be that are listening. There are so many people that just, honestly, 110%, that just need the tools and the aspects and certain steps for them to get in that mindset of being unbeatable. Because there are some people that don't have that foundation of being unbeatable. There are some people that don't even know where to start with hey, how do I overcome this, or overcoming, or being willing to navigate certain situations, and being willing to get stressed and overwhelmed. But what I read, I read in, these different articles and these different steps from Sarah Drysdale about 8 mindset mantras to make you unbeatable. And honestly, I looked at these and I was just like, this is so encouraging and so empowering. And I want to pass it on to you guys and, just be willing to take heed of this. And also see how it's related to me. The first thing, for one of her mantras is, believe in yourself. Stop doubting yourself. And with that, there are so many people that, that need to be willing to believe in themselves, that don't know, honestly, just letting all these certain, any space or headspace that they're in, and you pray that God, heals their minds of anything they're going through, and they feel like that they aren't more, when really you are more. You need to believe in yourself and don't doubt yourself. Don't back away from your passion, your determination, your craft, and the plans that God has for your life because of a situation, a circumstance, a person. I will always say, I'm never going to let one person stop me from the plans that God has for my life, from going forward in my passion, my determination, my craft, my career. I believe in myself. One, I trust God, but also I believe in myself, and I know that I'm more than a conqueror. I know that I'm going to do great things. I know that I'm going to do more and be a blessing unto others, be a light in the community, use my testimony to be a blessing unto others, and also be willing to not stay in that headspace of, oh yeah, I can when I can. Because there was always a time where, like, even in class, like, there'd be times when I know the answer. Like, say for instance, if it was a question or like, you know, a teacher asks, you know, like a question or saying, hey, do you know this answer for it? Me, I was always the person that always used to, I knew the answer, but I didn't want to be the first one to raise my hand, or I didn't want to say it because I felt like, you know, at the time I was getting, you know, picked on or bullied. So, you know, I let certain people, you know, their thoughts about me, you know, condemn me in a sense, in not being willing to speak up or use my voice. But I give all the glory to God for overcoming that, because because I've grown so much in my confidence and knowing who I am and knowing the person that God made me to be. At the end of the day, I don't listen to what people say about me, because at the end of the day, I love the way that God made me. So I'm not really focused or paying attention at what anybody else got to say about me at this point, because hey, their words don't define me. Their words don't define me at all. So it's just like those certain type of things of me not being willing to speak up and just automatically doubting myself or doubting my answer when, hey, it's right. I just like, you can just say it. So it's on the basis of not doubting yourself, because you can achieve so much more. And if you have that attitude, you know, of that attitude of like, hey, I got this. That attitude of, well, hey, I got this. I can overcome this. I can face every challenge that's up against me, and not letting it take hold of me or break me down. Because there are situations that can break you down, but it's all willing on how you get back up and you overcome that. Because you having that mindset of like, hey, yes, I can achieve. That mindset of, hey, I believe in myself. That mindset of saying, hey, I got this. That mindset of saying, hey, I'm willing to take this on. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to achieve, is a form of empowering yourself to take on those certain challenges and know how to navigate them and how to react to them, and having an effective reaction to an effective growing point to growing or dedication to what you are trying to achieve and the challenges that you're trying to take on, because everybody will take on challenges, like myself and many others have taken on challenges and are going to continue to take on challenges as you grow and as you evolve, and as you even try to navigate life or find out your meaning and your purpose in life, and seeing how God is going to lead you. What is God calling you to do? Do all the above. So that's when I agree, and I said, believe in yourself and don't doubt yourself, because you being willing to keep that open mindset and learning from it, and you doing whatever it takes and keeping that growth mindset, no matter what it takes, to be willing to overcome. The second mindset mantra is, think positive thoughts. Stop thinking negative. This spoke to me so heavy, because and this is for me what this mantra means to me is affirmation. I have daily affirmations about myself, like that I say honestly every day, that I made for myself, because and every day, you know, there is like some days where I'm just like, oh, I'm up and down. I'm like, oh gosh. Okay, it's another day, God. Give me empowerment. Give me encouragement. Even today in the morning when I was waking up for work, I was like, oh God. I was like, help me, Lord, to guide each day. But, you know, me saying my affirmations every day and giving me that encouragement and empowerment about myself gives me that sense of fullness and that sense of peace within me, and that sense of joy, and saying, hey, no matter what it takes, I can take on this day. I can take on any challenge, anything that's coming for me. all the negativity is wiped away. But there's also negative thoughts that can come into your mind, because guess what? We're all people. There's our negative thoughts that can continue to come at you, and that could come in your mind on a day-to-day, on a daily. But you shouldn't let those negative thoughts get into your positive vibes. You can't let those negative vibes interfere with your positive vibes, because that'll just throw off your whole day. So always think positive, and I honestly encourage all of you to write daily affirmations for yourself. Know who you are. And at the end of my affirmation, I have a scripture. I put Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And that's one, key scripture for me in saying, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. No weapon that is formed against me shall prosper. Thinking all the positive thoughts, building affirmations for yourself, encouraging and empower yourself throughout each and every day is another great foundation on being unbeatable. The third one, believe there is no such thing as failure. Stop having a fear of failure. And I think about this, and automatically I thought about my one of my classes that I took last semester for comprehension, and one article that we were talking about, it was failure, the fear of failure, learning how to be willing to welcome failure and have a form of acceptance of failure. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to fail. Like I said, we're all going to fall down, bump. It's all willing on how we get back up. But there are so many people that have the fear of failure and also it hinders them from going forward in their passion or determination or craft, or achieving any short-term or long-term goals that you have for yourself, because they have the fear of failing. And I'm gonna keep it real. There's some times where I have that fear, but like I say all the time, God is not giving me a spirit of fear, but peace and love and a sound mind. So, but it's always like that one thing that comes in my head. I'm just like, okay, I don't know what it's gonna be, because me as a theater kid, even like, there's certain auditions where I'd be like, well, I don't want to go for it because maybe I might not get the role that I want. Hey, I might not get the role that I want, but hey, I'm still going forward, building my craft, my skills, growing in my arts, and just like going forward. Because even I might not get the role that I want, but just getting any role and being part of the production is amazing for me, even if I work crew, because I can still learn something from it, and I can take something from it. And guess what? If I don't get the role that I want, I'd be like, okay, it's okay. Because there was a time where, like, before I got Antigone, I auditioned for another production, but I didn't get it. I didn't get in. Unfortunately, I didn't. But I was like, hey, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay, God. I can still work with this company because they have, more auditions for other shows coming up in the season. And, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. Like, and I was just saying, it's okay to welcome failure, and you have to be learning how to accept it, because if you welcome failure and you're not getting something, or you're not getting it right away, you can learn different aspects and different assets and take from it on hey, what can I do to be better? What can I do? What can I take away from this experience to help me grow? Like with me, like I said, with every audition, what can I take away from this to help me grow as an actress? What can I use and take away from these assets and all these corrections that I get from different people? And, when I'm doing a monologue and I get corrections and I get feedback, and how can I use what they gave me to be better? I'm not a failure because I don't get, or you're not a failure because you don't get what you want right away. Because yes, theater is my passion, my determination, my craft, what I want to go forward and I want to go into. And everybody knows that I'm passionate, I'm dedicated about this. But it's just like all the facts in the notion of me welcoming it, so I can, just because I don't have, those right things that I want to hear, I don't have the, what am I trying to say? Yeah. I don't have, the things that I want. But getting that feedback and getting those tools and aspects to helping me grow is everything that I need to help me on the next time. So you might not get everything that you want, but you have certain things and certain tools to help you or what you need to grow and what you need to still go for it in your goals. Don't back down because of your goals because, hey, oh yeah, I didn't get this. All right, yeah, so I'm guessing it's a wrap. No, it's not a wrap just because you don't, because you don't get it the first time. There's always a next. There's always another opportunity. There's always another way for you to make connections. There's always another way for you to overcome. There's always another way for you to take away that bondage and that barrier that is on you. Even though you take it very, very seriously, and along with myself, even though you take anything that you do very, very seriously, just because you don't get, you failed that first time or you don't get it that first time, that doesn't mean that it's over. See what you can take from that. See how you can be willing to evolve and overcome that. And now on to number 4. Accept responsibility. Stop criticizing others. Man, this is one that I was like, yes, accept responsibility. Everybody needs to learn how to not only be accountable for their own actions, but also learn how to take care of their responsibilities. If you want to be willing to grow in any aspect, you have to take on the responsibility of being willing to grow and keeping that open mind onto growing, because you have to stop always looking at everybody else and being like, oh, you're like this, oh, you should have never did that. Lovely, you're in the exact same situation. And this all ties to like with people being sympathetic and empathetic. Man, you can't be so quick to, you should have sympathy for that person and also put yourself in that person's shoes. And what we covered today in one of my sociology classes is that you have to be willing to go through that thing so you can be willing to grow understanding and acceptance, so you can stop criticizing others and looking down on others. Because there's a lot of people that have sympathy for that person and be like, they wouldn't imagine themselves going through it. But there are some people that lack sympathy and empathy. But you got to be like, all right, how about you go through that? But once you go through it and once you be like, dang, I know what it's like, you can have sympathy and be empathetic for that person. Because you're just like, okay, having this big responsibility, now I know the hardship of what it's like. So let me stop criticizing that person. So you got to take ownership for your responsibilities. And also, in taking ownership for your responsibilities, you can reach your goal. You can achieve your goal. And also not be looked at as, having that fear of failure. If you take care of your responsibilities, you can achieve your goals. You can go forward in a successful life. You can go forward in developing new skills, meeting new people, and going in this journey of knowing your purpose and your meaning and what God has called you to do, I feel. And number 5 is speak kind words to yourself. And this all ties into when I was talking about affirmation, making daily affirmations for yourself and making certain affirmations for yourself on a daily, and just having certain mantras that you can say in your head on a day to day and saying, hey, I got this. I'm more than a conqueror. I got this. I'm all in. No matter what it looks like, I got this. Let me learn how to navigate each way, each thing, go forward in each road, and let me see how I can make my way through it. But let me I feel like having, kind words, speaking self-talk to yourself is like a good, energy boost for the day. It really is. Number 6, stop procrastinating. Y'all, this speaks to me so heavy, and it's kind of a jab, because I always used to be that person that always used to procrastinate so heavy. And even sometimes when it came to a little bit of work, not gonna put myself out there like that, but when it came to a little bit of work, and me procrastinating, I would procrastinate on some stuff, and then I wait until it's too late, and then I'm kind of rushing to do it. But y'all, I encourage all of you, and this is what I'm still growing on to, stop procrastinating. And y'all, I gotta say, I'm in the same boat with some people too. I procrastinate on some things, but I gotta learn, the quicker I do it, the quicker I get started, the quicker I know and make up in my mind what I want to do, it can help me go on that journey and getting all these experiences and knowing what God has called me to be. So like I'm still growing on that too, and also I encourage all of you as well that you should just get started and not let so many different roadblocks and many different areas cloud you from getting that experiences. And also one thing that people point out is that not living with a sense of regret, that oh yeah, I couldn't do this thing, but don't procrastinate and just get started with it, and you wouldn't have to have that regretful feeling of not doing one thing. Number 7, stop having fear of success. Embrace success. Honestly, with this one, I felt like there are some people that do have a fear of success, and this is my take on it, because they feel like that. I can't speak for everybody, but I just feel like, I feel like some people may think that they don't know how they will react to success, in a sense of learning how to be humble and remember where you came from. And also that's a willingness of you standing firm in the person that God made you to be. It's no problem with being successful, but it's just like, dude, don't lose yourself in that success. You know what I mean? Like, don't lose yourself in you willing to go forward and you willing to evolve and you willing to be better. Don't lose yourself in a sense, because it's just like people go back and forth. Like, you see cocky people, and me, like I said in past episodes, I don't surround myself with cocky people because I can't stand cocky people, honestly. I keep myself distance away from cocky people at all times. But, it's just like, it's all your willingness on still standing firm in who you are and not forgetting where you come from, and also being the person that God made you to be. It's okay to be successful, but also, how do you use that success? Is the success going to change you, or is it going to keep you grounded? There's nothing wrong with being successful. We will always cheer everybody on for going forward and being a light in the community, doing great things, achieving their goals, achieving their aspirations, their dedications, going forward in their passions and their careers. We always cheer everybody on, but also it's willing on how you take that success, how you navigate your success. And you can embrace it, but also it's on a limp of how do you navigate it. I will say that. And lastly, stop people pleasing. Put yourself first. Y'all, this is one that I 110% agree with her with, and that summed everything up. Stop always trying to please people. I agree, because being a people pleaser, you're always going to be in that person of suppressing yourself and suppressing your true self to cater to other people. No. Lovely, no. Don't suppress yourself and who you are and your goals and what you want to go for because someone else is doing it, or because someone else looked at you a different type of way. People can look at me all however they want. At the end of the day, don't care. Because I'm just going to continue to go forward in the plans that God has for my life, what I love to do, what is my passion, what is my determination, and not please people. Not saying that you don't, be loving and caring and be willing to, be a blessing unto others and be compassionate. But it's just like, no, I'm not going to sit up here and try to be so big on pleasing your expectations on how you want to view me. It's either you love me the way that God made me, or you can go somewhere else. So y'all, that is mantras on being unbeatable. Everyone, all of you, and I want to say this, everybody and all of you have the willingness, the capability, the strength that God has given you to be unbeatable. Don't let your situation or past circumstances or anything that you've been through make you. You can use the mantras that you have on the form of you yet still standing, and use all these mantras that I presented to you, and look at your situation and look at life and say, no matter what the circumstances, I'm yet still standing. God has blessed me with day after day and new mercies every day. So I am more than this situation. I am more than what people think of me. I'm more than a failure. I'm more than thinking I'm a failure. I'm more than all these negative words that I'm speaking about myself. I'm more than just this wall. I am unbeatable. I won't let you beat me. And look this situation. You can look at the situation. You can be in the room and just say this one line and say, I won't let you beat me because I am unbeatable. You guys are unbeatable, my loves. You'll be okay. You'll get through this. Trust God throughout all of it, because it's going to be okay. This shall pass. All right? All right, and that's my notion. But now it's on to top 3 with your girl, Nene. All right, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm in entertainment. I'm in performing arts. So I'm going to have to, breeze over and, look at some stuff that's going on with the entertainment. Y'all know me. I got to give all my 3. Okay, so the first one is that The Upshaws Part 5. If y'all know what The Upshaws is, it is a comedic sitcom with Wanda Sykes, Kim Fields, and Mike Epps. Y'all, me and my family love this show to a T. And season 5, part 5, they call it, is actually out today. So I recommend each and every one of y'all today on April 18th, watch that show because it is amazing. Funny as all out. Man, I binge watched that show in like a day. So I recommend y'all watch. Pick 2, Bridgerton season 3. I'm also a period piece girl. I've protest all the time. I said if I do anything, I promise you, one of my roles, Lord willing, as I grow in my craft, and one acting role that I would love to take a period piece. And Bridgerton has stolen my heart since season 1. So now season 3 is coming out. I'm so excited. So part 1 of season 3 is coming out May 16th. Part 2 is coming out June 13th. And y'all, based on the trailer, this is gonna be a season of topping, but also it could foreshadow the first season. So I agree on that. And my last pick, another Descendants is coming out, and this Descendants is basically taking place off of Cinderella's daughter. And I forgot somebody else, but it's basically taking place on all the Descendants crew, not all the Descendants crew, but certain people coming back together. But honestly, they're taking a trip back in time to discover some more that's going on with, that ties into what's going on today with the current situation that they're going on today. And honestly, I've heard a lot about it, and they said it's going to be good. So July of this year, stay tuned for Descendants. All right, you guys. So that is all for my show. Thank you so much for listening. I would like to give a huge shout out to the humanities department and Bobby. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and encouragement with everyone. Make sure you guys follow me on all my social media platforms, on my personal Instagram, which is at Nene the Leap Year Baby, my podcast Instagram, which is at Nene Notions Podcast, and my Facebook, which is, y'all just look up my name, NENASMITH. And that is all for my social medias. Make sure I go follow me, and also go on Spotify, where y'all can listen to the show not only on YouTube but also on Spotify. And I will see you guys next time for another devotion. And make sure you guys stay tuned for Nene's Notions. Bye.
My papa is too shy, no fit for your hand. Even before you call, you don't answer prayer. My papa is too shy.